This video falls under fair use. Fair use allows commentary, criticism, and reactions. What's up, back with another one. So today I'm going to show you this clip of Max Kellerman sneak dissing Stephen A. Check this clip out.
So Stephen A. you're in a relationship with where you're doing a show together for how many years? 4?
5.
5 years. You're with this dude every day. You're seeing him in the mornings. You do commercial breaks. You're hanging out.
Sure.
And then the show ends, or the show ends with you, and he moves on with other people. And then, and I should say I like Stephen A. and I've always gotten along with him. I didn't love how he handled the aftermath of you leaving, where it's basically like, I told you the show would be better. I just thought, because I think you're really talented. And you and I have known each other for a while. Whether it meshed as a show perfectly, I don't know the answer to that, but I just didn't think that was the right way to handle it.
If you're doing a debate show and you're a competitive person,
yeah,
why would you want me as a partner? That's bad. You want to go 15 rounds every day with Muhammad Kellerman? That's just bad. It's embarrassing,
So you think that was part of it? He didn't want to put the time in? Or like just wanted a different type of show? What's your take looking back 2 years later? I don't think it has to do with
put the time in. It's, it's a debate show.
You're ready to roll on all topics.
You want to if you're, I have an idea. This is what I want to put on TV. I want to spar Bud Crawford every day for 15 rounds, and I want everyone to see it. Eventually, you're going to say, I don't want to do that anymore.
And you bring in some other people in a rotating cast.
Yeah. That's one aspect of it. There are others. In other words, that's what I could tell you from my point of view.
Yeah.
And I also think that if you make a calculation, that if you can be perceived as a solo act, really, that you can get paid at a certain level that you can't if you're not a solo act, then you'd like to be a solo act, or at least perceived that way.
Well, so like Mike and the Mad Dog are a good example of a show where it was the two of them together for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, whatever happened. Mike got his own show and he stayed on top for
Do you know who was supposed
6,
to be?
7
Do you know
years.
who he wanted to be in
Did
Mad
you get
Dog's
the call?
new position? Oh, yeah, that was the plan. I was supposed to go over and work with Mike, yeah.
Interesting. Because I got the call. Who else got the call?
I don't know, but we had come to an understanding.
So you're going to leave ESPN and do it?
I did leave ESPN.
But not to do a show with Mike.
Yeah.
You did the show with Mike?
No.
So what happened?
I think, my interpretation of what happened, my analysis is, I think he realized at a certain point, they're not going to make me take a partner. Why should I take a partner? Because I'm beating the hell out of the guys across town by myself. I think when he thought they're going to make me take a partner, then it was like, okay, well, I'd like it to be with that guy. And then when it was like, I don't need a partner.
Yeah, that's too bad, though, because I actually think long-term, he did need a partner, because it's always good to have people to play off of.
Look, I don't need a partner either.
No.
But I like having one, because I find conversations more interesting than just talking into the wind, How to make that experience even better? Hang out with your friends and talk about sports, right? Like, why would you not want to do that? It's interesting because Stephen A. was the one partner I've ever had over years, where I didn't feel like a relationship was really forming. And I like to go to work and you
could feel a little bit watching it, and it was hard to tell how much of it was theater and how much of it was like, oh, these guys just don't get along in the same way, or
whatever you feel about who you're working with and what the situation is. To me, a cardinal sin is betraying that on the air. You should always be thinking about making the show entertaining.
Right.
And I do think it reached the point on that show where it was like, come on, dude, we the first priority is to make good TV.
Well, it becomes...
What's up? So what are my thoughts about this? Here's the thing. When you look at the conversation surrounding Max Kellerman and the way he seemed to slide a subtle comment towards Stephen A. during that recent interview, the reactions have less to do with the actual line he delivered and far more to do with the long buildup that fans believe existed behind the scenes. Many sports viewers have created a narrative over time that Max was removed from the show because Stephen A. did not want to continue working with him. And once you add the belief that Max was very popular with a large section of the audience, people naturally started forming their own theories. Some feel that popularity can create tension, especially in media, where spotlight and control matter, and that idea fuels a lot of the talk around this moment. What makes this clip interesting is that Max does not openly attack anyone, and Stephen A has his own version of events, so the public fills in the gaps based on the patterns they remember from earlier show debates and the chemistry the two displayed. When viewers expect transparency but never get the full story, they begin searching for any clue to confirm what they already believe. Make sure to drop a comment, smash that like button, and make sure you subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next video.